Center. This game is Harmony versus Duncans United. It's a Duncans versus Harmony. Miss Palmer, go ahead.
Good evening. Now we're here at the Sea Road with Duncans versus Harmony. With goal we have Hoshin Needham, number 3, Javon Johnson, 21 Malik Foster, 14 Kevin Woolry, 12 Ian McAnuff, 19 Akeem Swaby, 16 Charles Winter, 15 Deshaun Morrison, 9 Garel Gooden, 5 Omar Williams, and 13 Tajay Robert. Bench we have Cedric Johnson, 6 Christopher James, 24 Romario Goshen, 10 Romain Lewis, 13 sorry 17 Nelson, and 22 Nathan Swaby.
You see me?
For Duncans, we have Tajay Calvin starting in goal, number 99, number 4 Renardo Calvin, 3 Dervin Miller, 13 Roydell Hamilton, 6 Price, St. Derek Price, 7 Ocean Plummer, 12 Jada Small, 11 Tajay Hamilton, 18 Renard Cunningham, number 10 Garfield Stewart, and number 8 Lennox Gibson. And on bench we have number 16 Teran Eccleston, 20 Tax Steele, 5 Jonah Thomas, 9 Nathan Walters, number 15 McCoy Barrett, number 14 Chad Brown.
This in Trelawnny, the first time I'm watching started 3:30.
Not quite. But
Not quite.
Almost. Wait, team sheet ended. Oh, for this one. Duncans. Good.
You have a mic?
Yeah. All right, we're coming to you live from Sea Road in Duncans. It's Harmony against Duncans United. In a short while, I think you got the initial, well, the starting 11 from both teams. Right now, it is Duncans who were on the early attack. I'll give you in a little while. I'll again run through the starting 11 for both teams.
Push it.
Harmony was trying to settle early, but Duncans is number 4 in Renardo Calvin just thwarted that attack, and Harmony just looking to build from the back. Lovely ball out by Ian McAnuff, and it's Harmony with a throw in. Like I said, I'll give you the starting lineup. 13 goal for Harmony. Shane Needham, Their number 3 centre back, Javon Johnson. Malik Foster wears 21. Kevin Woolery is in 14. 12 is Ian McAnuff. 19, Akeem Swaby. 16, Charles Winter. 15, Deshaun Morrison. 9, Garrell Gooden. 5, Omar Williams. And number 13, Tajay Roberts. So that's the starting lineup for Harmony. And one expected they will have a sturdy bench from which to choose from. We'll give you an idea shortly as to these two teams and where they sit in the table. So Duncans, we know, sits at the top of the table. And number 7, who is their leading goal scorer, leading protagonist for Duncans. On that occasion, Shane Plummer was deep doing defensive work, playing today down their left side. Has quite a few goals with him this season. As I said earlier, it is Duncans who sits at the top of the table with 17 points, and they're playing Harmony, who occupies 5th position on 10 points. Duncans 5 win, 2 drawn, 1 lost. Lost in the boardroom last week because of a properly prepared field. So that's their only loss of the season. They gave up 3 points to Cooper's Pen. Cooper's Pen would be grateful for that. Harmony, after playing 8 games, would have won twice, drawn 4, and lost 2. Sits on 10 points. So it is 1st against 5th, and all to play for. We're in the penultimate round of the regular round of the Trelawney Major League. And points, lots of points at stake. And just got distracted there, but yeah, lots of points at stake. Teams Jocelyn, you feel Duncans are pretty sure of the top 6 position. Lovely work there from Plummer. Just got rid of Malik Foster of Harmony. Had to be bailed out by Swaby. Gervin for Duncans stands over this one. They're number 3. Well, given up jurisdiction here to their number 13, Hamilton. Not a good one. Too flat from Hamilton, and Harmony was able to clear their lines. But Duncans again regained possession, and a cross come shot. So neither team have really settled here, but important for Harmony here. They definitely need the 3 points. We'll keep an eye out off camera between Harmony's number 9 in Garrell Gooden and St. Derek Price, who was picking him up. Who Griffin in the middle of the park. Harmony's cutting that one out. McAnuff in the middle of the park. We want to add some steel there. Omar Williams puts that one up, and Swaby looks to get Harmony going, but intercepted again. Swaby back on the ball, looking to send Garrell. But Hamilton thwarted that attack. And as I said in goal, Needham was grateful to see one run on to him, because bearing down on him just now was Duncans' number 10, Garfield Stewart, formerly of Marcus Garvey, and was brought to Trelawney by Holland United, spent some stint there, won the trophy with them, the Major League, and Amar Williams there looking to catch out Tajay Calvin in goal for Duncans. We've seen him concede a goal this season in the first game of the Major League, where Holland United was their opponent and was scored from about 22 yards out. A little bit a little bit unstable there from Duncans in defense. Gervin deemed to have been fouled, but was hasty looking to clear their line. Hamilton stands over it. Hamilton looks to go crossfield. Cut out by Harmony on that far side. Picked up by their number 13. But Price was good in that respect, and that attack came to nothing. They're looking for the return, but cleared out by Harmony's number 3 in Johnson. A no-nonsense type defender. Just looking to clear his line and regroup. And the throw in by Duncans, their number 11, Tajay Hilton. Gervin in possession for Duncans. Look to get them going. Harmony comes away with it, but momentarily intercepted again by Calvin. Calvin finds Gervin. Gervin looking to carry this one. Look to play a drop pass, but cut out by Williams in defense for Harmony. Harmony coming off a 1-1 draw in their last game against Duanville. Went ahead from the penalty spot, but gave up a late goal to draw that one 1-1. So they're looking to get back to winning ways. Duncans following momentarily, losing 3 points in the boardroom too. So there it is. Garrel, the leading goal scorer for Harmony, gets this one. Harmony on the score sheet leads this contest by a 0-0 with poor defending from Duncans. Price may be the culprit for that one. Still tangled in the net. Unsure of what took place there just now, but needed to clear himself. Not covered himself in glory there, Price.
Hey, come on, man, how you doing?
And will have to lift themselves, but they're not strangers to going behind Duncans. As I said in their first game here, went behind to Holland, came back to win 3-1. But that was poor defending from Duncans. And Price will want to hang his head, but there was nowhere to hide here. And Duncans leads this contest, well, trail this one by a 0-0. Conceding in unofficially the 10th minute of this game. The footwork from Swaby in the middle here. So on it there is Woolery. Trying to string that one through the half a needle. Was never going to happen there. Swaby in possession here for Harmony. Dispossessed by Plummer. Gervin and Plummer trying to play the 1-2 here. Yeah, Plummer being swept off his feet there. It was really out of nothing that Harmony got the go-ahead goal. You felt that Duncans would have dealt with that one, but there's some soft underbelly in the defending unit for Duncans, and Harmony made them pay. Really neither team have really settled yet, despite the go-ahead goal for Harmony. It's really not a game where passes are being stringed together and game is being built up through the thirds. Garrel we know to have been a player that is very physical, can go over the top sometimes, Garrel. He's well documented for being very physical and sometimes operate outside of the rules of the game. So not surprising there that he has been called for an infringement. Even when he is in possession, he can be a very physical player. Hamilton with the free kick. Again looks to loft that one over. Straight to Needham, who accepts that with open arms. Right in his mid-rim. He looks to launch this one very high. And Hamilton didn't deal with that very well. Plummer has been double teamed in this game, unable to free himself. Good take there from, good link up between Plummer and the number 8 for Duncans. Couldn't get going there. That was Gibson. Gibson and Plummer linking up quite well. Gervin wins possession for Duncans. Plays right to Gibson. Gibson looks to, oh, Gus overcooked that pass. I think got a little bit excited there, Gibson. Did well in possession. Got away from a player, but that's the thing with players here. Once they do something fancy or something good, and they don't calm themselves down quick enough, and in that same motion and excitement, just look to play a pass that always seems to go astray. Calvin in possession there. Duncan's looking to work their way through. A maze it would seem, because Harmony defends in numbers. Just tend to make it very difficult for Duncans to play their way through. They're keeping a high line. Did give you the starting 11 for Duncans. We'll get back to that with Harmony on the attack here. Finding himself both left and right. Gibson.
Sorry.
Again, just overcooked that pass. So we get a chance here. 99 in goal is Tajay Calvin. Renardo Calvin, his brother, plays in the middle of the park. Dervin Miller is in number 3. 13, Roydell Hamilton, number 6. Derek Price, rather, number 7, O'Shane Plummer, their talisman. Number 12, Jada Small, sorry. Number 18, Bernard Cunningham. Number 10, Garfield Stewart. And number 8, Lennox Gibson. Garrett on the ball here for Harmony. Firm challenge, but didn't get away. Plummer with it. Again, Stewart. Garfield Stewart. Lovely link-up play between Plummer and Stewart. Both skillful players, but having to do the work. Just look where that free kick was awarded to Stewart. It's on the halfway line. That's how deep he has had to come to get a touch of the football, because Harmony has made it difficult for Duncans to penetrate here. So, break and play here. Drill that one, did Hamilton. Didn't really get much penetration from that drill pass. Duncan's in possession now through their number 18, which is Cunningham. Number 12 gets that ball across. That was small, but just away from Stewart, Garfield Stewart. Again, always looking to go direct is this Harmony team, looking for Garrell, their number 9, who took that one down nicely out of the sky. Plucked that one from the sky, did Garrell. He's in possession there, finds Swaby. Swaby turns away from Gibson. Across and back to their number 16, which is Winter. Offside for Garrell. But yeah, really haven't gotten settled here. And maybe their biggest test so far, Duncans, on their own patch. Nicely grassed for some, except for some areas that are patched out. But not the most leveled of surface, but grassed, yes. But not really allowed to settle and play their game. Harmony with 4 at the back, but really narrow in the middle of the park. Difficult for Duncans to penetrate. And Harmony goes direct most times to Garel, who's attracting both centre backs, which once it comes to him, creates space on the flank. Gervin in possession for Duncans. Look to thread that one through. Lovely ball from Gervin, but that cutback didn't really get to Gibson. And the attack broken down, but that was lovely from Gervin. But right away, Harmony's in attack through their number 13. And Price did well this time. Really didn't do well on the goal, but really was good this time. Gervin looks to go over the top to Stewart. Stewart takes that down nicely with the right, looks to strike. But that one running away, Plummer could retrieve and make something of this one. Wasn't intended for him, but he did well to keep that one in. Plummer in possession here for Duncans. Plays inside to Gibson. Gibson looking to strike. Run away from him a bit now. Again ran away from him. Back to Plummer inadvertently. Plummer on it. Crosses. Headed out by Williams and a corner kick for Duncans. The best play so far, Duncans. Best sequence of play from Duncans. All started from Gervin looking to go outside and picked up by play on the far side. Duncans is number 13. Hamilton from back had launched the initial attack. Gervin again in possession for Duncans. Wasn't on the same wavelength with Cunningham. Duncans looked to try and stop Harmony playing out from the back, and they win a throw-in. So Duncans with their first real good spell of the game. Gervin with that one. Looked to go across field. No one deep enough in attack. Garrel for Harmony, but fouled by Price. Just a nudge in the back. He made the most of it. He's a strong lad, but that shove caused him to come right to the touchline here. A good one from Garrel again. Stays on side. Hamilton and Garrel quite physical. I think Hamilton would have had his really big test here, and a good strike coming from Harmony, the number 14 in Woolery. But Garrel is always going to be a test for Hamilton, their number 13. Duncans has not. Lovely work from Plummer here. Across goal, but just nudged out by Williams. But that one went outside. But Garrel is always going to be a really good match. Fun to watch. Number 9 for Harmony up against number 13 for Duncans. Garrel against Hamilton. So against Hamilton is always a big matchup. This time Hamilton gets a reprieve because Garrel momentarily wasn't close to him. Once he got close, Garrel is teetering on a yellow card, you feel. Because territory. I would be surprised if this game were to end and he does not find himself in the referee book again for scoring though, but for a card, he's known for that. Harmony just trying to clear, but didn't do well with that one. Finally get it out. It's a throw-in for Duncans. Leads this contest by a 0-0. Goal scored in unofficially the 10th minute. Garrel Gooden. Poor defending from St. Derek Price, which led to a tap-in the end. Calvin in goal came, but was easily dismissed by Garrel and just won in the 10th minute. And that's the goal by which Harmony leads this contest. By that would take them to 13 points and valuable points to secure a top 6 place in the penultimate week, match week 9. That would have been a really creative strike there from Stewart, because the ball came over and just out of nothing seemed to flick that one goalwards, and Needham was caught by surprise backpedaling and bailed out by the goalkeeper's best friend, the crossbar. So a corner kick for Duncans to be taken by their number 11, Hilton, they've committed some 5 or 6 players in the box. That's to the near post. Headed out. Back to Hilton. Hilton looking to get away from Harmony's number 15. Didn't do well in doing so just now. And Morrison did well for Harmony in defense. So Duncans have a lot to play for, but like I said, not stranger to this territory. Went down a goal to nil in their first game of the season to Holland. Ended up winning the contest. Price again. Whoa, and Price again. Really having a torrid time today. St. Derek Price, the number 6 for Duncans, was turned inside out just now. And Harmony got a shot off. Roberts was the player who eventually got the shot off, but turned Price in. And the culprit on the goal was Price, and almost caused the second. He will want this half to come to an end pretty quickly, but he has some way to go, some 20 minutes to go in this one. Gervin heads out. Calvin looking to start the attack here for Duncans. One touch too many, but again Gibson bails him out. Back to Plummer, who is deep in his half. No outlet here. Stewart was closer down the line, went straight down the middle. Williams for Garrel seems to be onside here. Yeah. And in the end, that's nudges Calvin in goal, and had all right to go for it, you felt. Gooden had all right to challenge for it. It was in the air. Calvin, I think, was a little slow coming off his line and invited the challenge. And I don't think anything doing there for Gooden. As I said, it's a player who is known for his physicality, but on that occasion, I think nothing doing. Launch forward by goalkeeper Calvin. Duncan's Cunningham seemed to be the player that was trying to get that one under control, but he wins a throw-in for his persistence. Gooden will have that throw-in now. Well, it's a corner kick, rather. Gooden on corner kick duties. He will look to get this one inside. Some 6 players committed for Duncans. Lovely one, Needham. Good punch from it, but only as far as the play on top of the D. Plummer falls to Gervin. Gervin looking to tee a play up, but they were just slow in reacting. Gervin again looking to swivel and shoot. Still with Plummer now. Plummer for Duncans, trying to weave his magic here, but didn't get going. Cleared out momentarily for Harmony. Hello? Duncan's really trying to see if they can get the equalizer before the halftime break. They have some 20 minutes or so to do so. Needs to be calm in their approach, not to be flustered here. Cunningham with it. Looks to drill a left foot shot inside. Falls to Plummer inadvertently, but cleared by Williams. Not well done by Williams. Goes out for a corner kick. Anywhere would do. And it's another corner for Duncans. They're piling on the pressure here. At the moment, Harmony resilient and firm. Gibson, updating you as far as it goes. We understand in the Champions League final, Real Madrid leads the contest over Borussia Dortmund by 2-0. Plucked out of the sky by Needham. Needham just didn't get that one going quickly. High kick out. And all the way through to Calvin, nothing doing there. Calvin launches that one forward in the direction of Plummer, but was met by Harmony's defender in Foster. Here, right back. We're tucked in as a centre back just to thwart that one. Garel Gooden on this one. Big frame here. Calvin. Ronaldo Calvin being very physical with him as well. Giving him a little taste of his medicine. We know that Ronaldo Calvin is not shy of being physical. A player that came to Holland United as a right back, was deployed as a holding midfielder, and one that really enjoys the physical duels. And I think Garel, it might be an interesting watch here, because Garel, when you get under his skin, doesn't do well to keep his composure and could go a bit over the top. And I think he could be a target here. Harmony looking to launch this one forward through Johnson to the back post. Headed out by Gooden. And that shot coming in from Duncans was never going to trouble Calvin in goal. And it was a speculative, ambitious strike there from Harmony. Duncans really does not win those first ball. Maybe would be better served to set up for those second balls. When launched forward, Gervin there. Plummer there trying to fancy flick. Didn't come off this time to Cunningham. Both fullbacks for Harmony really doing a decent job. Both right back and left back. Calvin was pretty calm there. Almost got himself into some trouble, but look how deep Stewart has to come for it. Lovely ball through to Gibson. Gibson now, can you open his body? Just a cross goal, but good save from Needham. I just think Gibson sort of took a bit too long to decide what he wanted to do. Support was late in coming, but still you felt should have been more decisive in his play there, Gibson. But he has been one of the better players here for Duncans. Again on the ball, linking up with Gervin. Across to Plummer, didn't come to him nicely. Stewart here looking to line up a shot. Out to Plummer. Plummer turns inside. Look to dink it inside. Back to Gibson. Gibson with a strike. That was from about 8 yards out. And Gibson, we just spoke about him being one of the better players here for Duncans. That one. Lovely play. Good link up between Stewart and Plummer. Then finding Gibson. These three are really three dangerous players in the attacking third for Duncans. And Harmony will be warned here that these are players they have to keep really the tab on. But that was good link up play from all three and should have been buried by Gibson. Well, bailed out by the miss from Gibson there, but that was Duncans have to do a little bit more. They're launching it forward. Again, Gibson on it. Not a bad player, he is Gibson. Offers a lot of option for Duncans. He drops deep. So it's almost, he plays in a number 8 and plays as a number 8 as well. But good player. Harmony now. Looking to build an attack of their own. Through their number 13 in Roberts. That was a strike from Woolery, but charged down by Duncans. So Harmony has a free kick. Is it? So if you're just joining us, this is the Trelawnny Major League in the penultimate round, round number 9. This is the second to last round before we get into the playoffs of the top 6. Duncans United leads the table, 17 points, up against 5th place team Harmony on 10 points. Harmony leads this contest, courtesy of a goal from Garel Gooden in the 10th minute unofficially. And since then, It has been an even contest, you feel. Duncans created some good chances, so too Harmony. But the clearest of the lot since that goal, moments ago, about 2 minutes ago, fell to Gibson. Good link-up play between Plummer, Stewart and Gibson. Gibson could not apply the final touch or the finishing touch as the build-up play required or desired. So a player, you have to say the wind was knocked out of him. That was St. Derek Price who blocked that one. Maybe in a soft spot he got the knock. But if he's been doing his workouts, then his abs should be good enough. And should not have been a soft spot, but at his age and his responsibilities, probably just not able to carry out his fitness work as he should. And some work being done on the goal. Duncan's goal. Some work being done. I think the net just got dislodged from the crossbar. So the groundsman for Duncan's just trying to fix it. Referee is satisfied now, so we'll resume the game with a drop ball. And yeah, we're back on our way here. Ball over the top again. So that's a ploy for Harmony. They look to go very direct to Garel, and they feel like Calvin in goal is a little bit erratic at times and indecisive sometimes, so may not make his mind up as to when to come and when to stay. Again, a good work here. Stewart under a lot of pressure gets the call belatedly, but the right back here for Harmony really not giving Stewart an inch is Foster. A little dink over the top from Stewart. If Stewart was able to take that first touch properly, then that would have been a chance, because goalkeeper Needham was way out on the touchline, but Stewart's first touch let him down. And so did Gervin's just now. So Duncan's, or Harmony rather, aggrieved that they didn't get a call from referee Hugh Banks. So again, if you're just joining us, Harmony leads this contest by a goal to nil. They're trying to be very physical with Garrett. So game, once it gets to Garrell Gooden in his area, it's always going to be physical. So it has not been a really physical game, not a nasty one in any sense, but once it comes to the area that Garel Gooden is active, then it does supersede or balls over most often than not. A direct ball upfield again from Harmony. Looking to go direct very often, but you feel maybe it would be better served to just have some variety to their play. Ball falls to Gooden now. Again, very firm, being challenged here, being hustled and hounded. Nice. Again, I felt he was a little bit roughed up there, but not over the top at all. And throw in here. So some equity being shown here from referee, because certainly just trying to make sure that he has even out his calls. Well, the least you can ask for from the referee's equity. Lovely work from Stewart here, weaving his way through a maze, but in the end thwarted by Williams. But just had too much to do there in the end, Stewart. But we know he has nifty footwork. Was just trying to create an extra yard of space to try and get his shot off. May just go with a short corner here now. Decided against it. And sent Hilton in. 5 players committed in the box for just looking to go to the near post. But cleared out by Harmony. And Roberts, as I said there, right back, having an excellent game. McAnuff now will take this free kick. Unable to really impose himself on this game. Stewart, again, has just having to come so deep for it. And Stewart creating an infringement. I just feel when he gets that deep, he just have to be smarter with his play. Just release the ball. He comes back, he has won it. Play the ball back. Gervin is a good handler, good passer of the football. Then breaks and looks to get back the ball. But he comes deep and is trying to hold it up from so deep. Has a lot of player to get past if he's looking to go solo. Long ball in there. Headed not a good header from Gervin. Just went across field. Straight into the path of Roberts. And Harmony will have a throw in deep into the Duncans half. Duncans, if you're just joining us, new to it, Duncans, they're in the, just after this attack here, Roberts trying to do the spectacular, cleared out by Hamilton. Harmony plays in the predominantly white jersey. Duncans, it's a light blue. They say men are colorblind. It looks that way. So, and white shorts. So, Harmony white with yellow and blue trim and blue numbers, blue socks. Duncan's red socks, white shorts, blue top. And Harmony, they lead this contest by a 1-0, courtesy of a goal scored by Garel Gooden in unofficially 10 minutes. Harmony dealing with everything that Duncans has thrown at them in this first half. Price whips that one inside. Not a good header from Williams. Comes back to him, gets a second chance to clear it, which he does. Hamilton comes forward, brave in his attempt to clear a shot from distance here. And deflected, but kindly for Needham in goal for Harmony. Needham, again, a player I know quite well. In his youthful days, used to play for Harmony, for Holland, play for Saltmarsh United as well. And now he's playing his trade for Harmony. But left Harmony for Saltmarsh and then back to Harmony again. Understand that his transfer attracted the maximum of $60,000. So a player that Harmony felt is worth it. is their #1 goalkeeper. He was injured in the last contest, but I think they did everything to try and get him ready for this one. Williams. Poor clearance, but almost got through to Roberts. Plummer on the ball. Haven't seen much of him lately. Plummer gets the call. Duncans have been prevented on so many occasions from restarting the game real quickly. Gibson, who had a glorious chance, the best chance for Duncans to draw level in this one. Just took too long, is Plummer. So, a controversial offside call. Robert seems to have gotten ahead to it. Plummer would have had to be in the offside position before or when the ball was played. But not quite sure about that one. But we can't call definitively because of our position in here. We don't have an offside camera for this one. Hamilton with it. Played out to Gervin. Woolery being a steal, but outnumbered in the middle of the park. Gervin, lovely ball to Gibson. Gibson, nice first touch. Evade his challenges. Comes wide, finds Plummer now. Calvin, lovely back to. Yeah, I could see the intention there. And Cunningham, just too much on it from Gervin. But lovely sort of a link-up play here. A little random being played between Calvin, Gervin, and Gibson. In the end, that final pass from Gervin just had too much on it. A little bit too straight and then too much on it as well. Harmony, they know that they're leading this one. And will take their time about restarting this. Unofficially, some 44 minutes in this one. But we did have a lengthy stoppage. So we could go some 3-4 minutes into this half.
Hey, Jada! Hey, Jada! He got the ball there, brother.
Roberts. Heard by referee. Banks didn't think there was anything doing. Garrell tried to milk it. His cries fell on deaf ears. Harmony will know that this is a slender lead. As I said, Duncans, they have experience going in at halftime, a goal down already this season, and did come back. They're going to be kicking down the hill somewhat in that second half, which is their favored half. And that could be some work to do for Harmony to keep them out. So they'd want to get some insurance goal. I mean, this is a strange response from the physio of Harmony. His player is down. He's been called. And he's saying why they're hurrying him. He's coming. I guess they take the delay tactics to the next level. Does Harmony. So, stoppage again. Unofficially, we were saying we were in the 44th minute before that stop came, and we're pretty much another stoppage. So we expect a lengthy delay. It's a light drizzle here. I'll probably get my coat on shortly, but nothing to stop any player to cause any. In fact, it will cause the surface to be a little bit greasy. Neither of these two teams looking to exploit that because none of them have really put the ball down and really tried to pass it around. But there's another half to be played, and we'll see what transpires in that half. Duncans will look to Bill again. Hamilton switches across to Cunningham. Cunningham did well. did well in terms of keeping up, but didn't do well with his initial run, drifted in an offside position, and not much complaint coming from the Duncans team where that is concerned. So all agree that he did go a bit early. Williams goes long, not surprising. This is what Harmony has been doing all game long. Cut out by Hamilton. Win back by Roberts. And Morrison, that had won it back earlier. Cunningham lost it to McAnuff. McAnuff, haven't called his name enough in this game, haven't been having the impact. He's a elder statesman on this park. In his heydays, would have really controlled the middle of the park, would have been the player, the orchestrator in the middle of the park, but not allowed to do so against much younger and nifty players. Morrison on it, looking to weave his way through. Didn't get the call from Hugh Banks. Price looking to set Plummer. But Johnson will watch that one gracefully to Needham. Surprisingly, we just got about 3 minutes of time added on at the end of that first half. Felt there would have been more, but in the end, referee Hugh Banks has seen enough. And it's halftime here between first place Duncans and fifth place Harmony. And it's fifth place Harmony leading this contest by a 1-0, courtesy of a goal scored by Garrel Gooden in the 10th minute unofficially. And they were able to hold on. Gibson had a glorious opportunity to level it for Duncans, but from about 8 yards, his shot went over the crossbar. So at halftime, it is Harmony who leads this contest by a 1-0. So must commend both teams in getting the contest off pretty much to an early start. So our viewers here tuning in, and they're asking their fans how many team to hold them. Garfield Stewart from Duncans getting some love on the chat in the chat room. Has been having a difficult game, having to go deep to get it. But that must be a good try coming from Harmony supporter. But yeah, active in the chat room. Harmony been asked by their fans to pressure this Duncans team. So there are other games on today. Let's have a look. Well, thanks much to the fans out there. Yeah, I'm doing some work today. Who is it? Oh, Anderson. Is it Audrey or Audley? Yeah, Audley Anderson. Yeah. Well, thanks much for the support. But yeah, other games on today. Saltmarsh, they're at home to Invaders. That's another interesting matchup. Let's get something wrong. I get something wrong. It's another interesting matchup that we say is on today. And that's valuable points at stake. Saltmarsh, they're in second position on the table behind Duncans. And like I say, they're playing at home to Invaders. Invaders are in 8th position outside the top 6 on some 9 points. A win for them today could see them go into that top 6 position, a top 6 position. So that's a big game for Invaders. So just to inform you of the teams starting match week 9, occupying the top 6 position. Duncans are in first place, Saltmarsh second, Jacksontown third. I will give you the points as well. Duncans on 17, Saltmarsh they're on 13, Jacksontown 12, but Jacksontown has played a game less. Spice Hill is on 12 points in fourth position. Harmony playing here played 8 games as well. This is their 9th game. They're on 10 points. Vale 8 games, or is it 8? 6 games rather, because they have some rescheduled games to be played. Is Vale? They're on 9 points with 2 games in hand. That rounds out the top 6. We're about to get the second half on our way, reminding you that Harmony leads this contest courtesy of a Garrel Gooden goal in the 10th minute unofficially. Hamilton launches forward. Cunningham looking to go equalizing here. Good shot, good save there from Needham. Cunningham had to go across goal, did the right thing, but Needham was really alert and went down smartly to his right. And that one has kept Harmony's slender lead intact. It was good play all around. Again, Hamilton will look to go. Well, that was a shot this time, not launching forward, but was a good run from Cunningham. Price on the ball, looks to go. That was a shot come pass. Was never out of the laces, that one. So is it a situation here where Duncans will rue their missed chances today? Gibson in that first half had a glorious opportunity to level, and Cunningham here in the second half early. But that was a smart save from Needham and worth every bit of his $60,000 transfer fee. We're here trying to go forward, out muscled by Hamilton. Lovely through the legs there from Hamilton. It ran away from him a bit, but just nicked that through the legs of Woolery. And then look to go forward, Needham. As far as Gervin rather. Oh, that was late, really late from Gervin on Roberts. Yellow card being shown to Duncan's number 3, Dervin Miller. That was a short pass from Calvin to Dervin. Neither team has effected any changes yet. Long ball there. Again looking for Cunningham. Just ran away from him somewhat and kept out by Needham, who protected that one for a goal kick to Harmony. Harmony continues to lead this contest by a 1-0. Again, courtesy of a goal scored by their number 9, Garel Gooden. Woolery holds it up nicely and look to release his right back. I just feel that Duncans have not been able to get the likes of Plummer and Stewart's on the ball in that final third as often as they would desire. Both Stewart and Plummer have been having to come very deep to get that one. But here's Plummer in the final third, looking to go around here, but shielded nicely out by a combination from Johnson and Williams. So, yeah, Plummer, as I said, not in the game as often as Duncans would have liked. So too Stewart, having to come deep. And when they come deep, they tend to hold on to it. And from that deep, we're always going to be crowded out by the time they're to look Needham in the eye. Williams looking to go long. It's a dink over the top, but cut out by Duncans. Now to Plummer. Plummer and Gooden caught in 2 minds. Here's Stewart, back to Gibson. Gibson outside to Plummer. Those three linking up nicely as they did in the first half. Here's Plummer looking to get rid of his player. Plays it back on the top. Comes to Gooden. To Gibson rather. Dervin, just a poor touch. Then Calvin had to come in hard to try and salvage something for Duncans. And in the end, it peters out to nothing.
Heads up.
Launched upfield here for Duncans. Gibson on it. Look to set you. Cunningham again just snipped across the surface. Cunningham will try to salvage this one. Keeps it inside his Cunningham. Still in possession, Cunningham. Now dispossessed expertly. But Duncans again. And that shot it's better it would remain a thought from small, because once he tried to execute it, it was never going to trouble Needham in goal, and he'll take his time to come back with that one. Needham out to Johnson. Long ball upfield that would go for a throw in. Good take by Dervin. Down the line to Plummer. Plummer. Swaby getting a challenge there. That was an important challenge from Swaby. Dervin gets it quickly to Stewart. Stewart, first touch is poor. And Foster boots out only as far as Hamilton to Calvin. Cunningham trying to find Gibson. Good move from Winter. And Winter doing a good job here on the near side. And we see some movement on the Duncans bench. Their number 16 is up, getting ready to come in. That's Eccleston, but also for Harmony, we see Cedric Johnson also getting himself ready, along with their number 6, it would appear, but his number was crossed out. Not quite sure. But maybe Christopher James, is it? Christopher James getting ready to come in as well. So run about where you'd expect it to be, run about the hour mark where most teams tend to try and change things up. Dervin on it, trying to get rid of Foster. Back to Plummer. Plummer inside to Stewart. Shouldered out by Williams. Back to Gibson. And yeah, straight into the midrib of Needham. Gibson had the best chance for Duncans in that first half. His number says 8, and he was about 8 yards out and couldn't make it count. Garrell will look to shoot, just look to catch Calvin off his line. He's a goalkeeper that likes to come off his line. And that's something that they will try and exploit for sure. Calvin in goal. His brother is on the park as well, plays in number 4. So you have in goal Tajay Calvin, and on the field Renado Calvin. Woolery looking to release Garrell. It looks like he was very late, Hamilton, the number 13 for Duncans. And just a change of pace on that far side. And Morrison was away from Hilton. Hilton is a staple for Duncans in that defensive unit. They will want to see him get up quite quickly. But right now, there's a lot of concern look from the Duncans player standing over. We see Calvin and Gibson in that area, along with Hilton, concerned about Hamilton's injury. Morrison looks to be a lot more relaxed for Harmony. But lots of movements, as we said. Duncan's 2 players getting themselves ready. We see Walters along with Heckleston getting ready. Johnson and James for Harmony. But on the Harmony bench, we do see some more movement. So, as I said, what about that mark where you expect the substitutions to come in, getting ready for around about that hour mark, where most coaches tend to look to change things up or give enough time for the players coming onto the park to make an impact. So reminding you that this is first place Duncans up against 5th place Harmony. Harmony leading the contest by a goal to nil. And if you're tuning into the Trelawney Major League for the very first time, it is Harmony in a predominantly white jersey with yellow and blue trims, blue numbers, Duncan's white shorts, and predominantly blue top with white numbering. And if that isn't distinct enough for you, Duncan's, they are in the Red Sox Harmony blue. So there you have it. And Harmony is the team leading by a goal to nil. Scored pretty early, unofficially 10 minutes in the contest, when St. Derek Price didn't deal with a simple ball over the top. And once he made a meal of it, Gowell was there to gobble it up, you'd say. And with the advancing Tajay Calvin in goal, dismissed him expertly and then walked it in. So Duncans have it all to do to salvage something. Would be their second loss of the season. The first loss would have been as a result of a game called off because the field was deemed not to have been prepared properly. And concerns here for Duncans because Hamilton, a staple in the defense for them, is seemingly having difficulty returning. His right boot or his left boot is off. And Duncans may have to make a change where that is concerned. But they're doing everything possible to get him back in there because he is pretty much a tower of strength for them. And we mean that literally as well. So consultation here between our first assistant and referee Banks. In the meantime, probably giving enough time for Hamilton to recover. They say the ice is a magic weapon used in football in Jamaica, especially at the lower level. Go out there with a bit of ice or the magic spray and miraculously players are back up. Harmony looking to make what we deem could be a triple substitution. Number 17 for Harmony. Also looking to check in. Only as far as Winter, the clearance. Williams looking to go long. Morrison chasing. He's a willing runner, Morrison. But Hilton comes away with it. Pass cut out. Substitution coming up now for Harmony. Looking to put a stranglehold on this game. Well, they're not quite ready yet. So I say their number 17 is a player looking to check in shortly. He's Nelson. Their number 6 also looking to check in. That's James. And their number 7 in Cedric Johnson also looking to check in. So, yep, triple substitution coming up for Harmony. We'll give you them as they unfold. We see Garel Gooden unlacing his boots. He could be the player out. So Garel comes out. The goal scorer comes out. That's their number 9. He comes out. And going in his stead is number 17, Nelson. That's the first substitution for Harmony. Second substitution coming up is their number 21 coming out, which is Foster, the right back. And going in instead is James. Foster out, James in. That's their number 6. And the third substitution is their number 14 coming out, Woolery. And going in instead is Cedric Johnson. So Harmony leading, and they're the ones looking to drive home their advantage with a triple substitution. Pretty much like for like, these substitutions. So we're not expecting much change in their formation. Nelson has slotted in center forward position for Garel. James has gone across the park and has slotted in the right back position for the outgoing Foster. And Johnson goes into the middle of the park for Woolery. So interestingly as well, Lewis is on the match card for Harmony, but based on his arrival and his lateness, will not be allowed to play. And you could see what Gibson was trying to do, trying to set up. It's a good shot again from Gibson. Yeah, that one hit Mackanoff in the face. There was an appeal for a handball, but Eubank said there was nothing doing just now. So a double substitution looking to come up for Duncans. And number 15 and number 16 looking to check in. 15 is McCoy Barrett. And number 16 would be Eccleston, Terran Eccleston. So not quite happening yet. So Hamilton unable to continue. So Hamilton succumbed to that injury. So Hamilton is out. Rydell Hamilton is out. On in his stead was the number 15 in Barrett. However, Barrett won't be playing the centre-back position. We know Dervin Miller originally has played centre-back. He will be slotted alongside Price. And Cunningham is out. Had a decent game, you feel. Had an opportunity, but a shot well saved by Needham in goal. Coming in Cunningham's stead is the number 16, Terran Eccleston. So Duncans have some concerns. Well, the good thing about it is that they would have wanted to get an automatic spot to the semi-final. That's still up there for them, but another game coming up after this, and maybe they'll look to get Hamilton ready more so for the playoffs. If they were to go automatic to the semi-final, then he has an extra 2 weeks or so to get himself ready. So that would be a good thing for Duncans. Mackanoff got a hit in the face from a shot from Gibson, looking to get back on the park. Price looking to catch out Needham. Not convincingly with that effort, Price. So Dervin now will slot in for Hamilton alongside Price. And Barrett will go where Dervin was in the holding midfielder position. Yep. The Nelson went pretty early. Gibson, lovely ball to Gibson. Good save again from Needham. Just didn't get the purchase on it that he wanted, Gibson. He was always under pressure, but did well to get his shot off. but didn't have the force behind it or the loop he needed to get over Needham. So Needham needed every bit of his frame to stop that one going in. And again, some more movements on the Duncans bench. Lovely move there from Harmony's number 13 in Roberts. He's been having a decent game.
Line, you can't see nothing.
Harmony with that corner kick again.
Hey, nobody no more. That's enough.
Good take there by Calvin. Early to the substitute. James. Or Brother Barrett. It was a lovely crossfield ball, but cut out by Harmony's left back, who's having a decent game. I have to say, Winter has been really good for Harmony. Plummer looking to release the substitute. He gets on it. Just calmly done by Williams. And Small just couldn't get by him. Again, offside from Nelson. Dervin just looking to try and get Stewart. He goes to Stewart inadvertently. Stewart gets an extra yard of space. Shot always going over the top there from Needham's goal. But Stewart just has not had the impact on this game as he would have liked. Himself and Plummer. So substitution coming up here for Duncans. Gibson, who, despite missing his chances, I felt was having a good game. And Chad Brown goes in for Gibson, but it was a bad game from Gibson. Had a chance to get Duncan's level in that first half from about 8 yards out. Missed his chance, and Duncan's continues to trail. That was a glorious opportunity there for Duncans as it unfolds. Link up between Stewart and the substitute going on there, Eccleston. And if ever there was a fluff shot, that was it. Opened his body as if to go to the far post. In the end, made very little contact. That was the best chance for Duncans for the entire game, because despite Gibson from 8 yards out missed on that occasion, that was a glorious opportunity for Eccleston to level it up for Duncans. So Duncans, not as sharp, not as efficient today, and missing a lot of chances. Throw in for Duncans United. Looking to press home there and see if they can get something from this constant pressure here. That one will run out harmlessly for a goal kick, you feel? Yeah, Needham, as expected. Duncans will believe up until the 90th minute, as long as it stays by a goal to nil. So just joining us, it's Harmony leading this contest by a goal to nil. Goal scored by Garel Gooden in the 10th minute unofficially. And that goal has been the difference between these two teams since. was poor from
Let him go, let him
Duncans,
go.
but
Turn
they
outside.
recovered.
Come on.
That's where I think Duncans is going to be held at bay. It's just the changes coming off the bench. You think Harmony is better suited for that in terms of having more quality to come off the bench. I quite felt that Gibson rather, was still playing well and could have been kept on the park, but we'll have to see what will happen. Again, Eccleston just run into traffic. McAnuff with his experience, playing it back to Williams, out for a corner kick. So, corner kick here for Duncans United. Hilton over it. They've committed some 6 players into the box, Duncans. Near post here, cleared out by Williams. Plummer. Yeah, Plummer really working hard, but really have not been given the freedom today, Plummer, to weave his magic. He's been doing a lot of tracking back rather than going forward, is Plummer.
Don't touch him. Yeah, take it up.
Swaby lost possession there. That one went out for a throw into Duncans. Price with a long throw. Try to get it in there. Headed out by Morrison. Calvin. Might have been a shot, but it came a ball for Stewart. Cleared out by Williams, who's been a tower strength at the back here for Harmony. He's been everywhere, pretty much intercepting and clearing at every given moment that Duncans seek to penetrate. Stewart, lovely ball. Skills shown by Stewart. Ball inside here, finding Calvin now on it. Just run away from Calvin, but lovely work from Stewart on the far side, looking to tee up a player. And Johnson got in the way from that shot. Around is Eccleston. Again, it's Williams in the way. And incessant pressure here from Duncans. So Duncans just trying to see if they can get on level terms, and you get the feeling if they were to, then they could go on to win this one. Stewart on the corner kick duties. Locked inside. Good kid. Oh, that one. It's Swaby who got his head onto it. Neither missed that. And Plummer just didn't get enough on it. Calvin looking to get it back in the mix zone. Cleared out by Johnson. Only as far as Calvin. Calvin lost possession to Swaby. Swaby trying to get it going. Does so. But in the offside position is Nelson. Winter was at a lovely game. Morrison clipped up by Brown. Williams insistent on taking it where he feels the free kick was. Johnson gets onto the end of it. Swaby looking to tee up, but just Price was there to stop that shot coming in from Swaby. Offside call against the advancing Harmony players. Their number 13 that time, Roberts, was called for the offside. He's had a decent game as well. Roberts and Winter. Pretty much the back line for Harmony has been good. No wonder they have, to this point, have a clean sheet. Needham came out and claimed. Duncans have been ruffled here. Highline kept here. And Johnson this time, no offside call. No offside call. Well, she thought it was, I guess the assistant referee felt it was a back kick. Well, the beautiful thing about it is that the referee did not point to the center circle. So the referee waited. The assistant referee felt it was a goal kick. So she felt it was a goal kick and it was an it wouldn't be an offside. Eubanks waited, didn't point to the center circle. So that was good refereeing from Eubanks. So I think the correct call coming from the officials here, and something might have been said by a Harmony player, which is why the referee might have his yellow cards out. So yellow card is shown. Not quite sure who the yellow card has been shown to. We'll get confirmation of that shortly. Could have been Johnson, the substitute, Cedric Johnson. Morrison looking to clear. Swaby effected the clearance finally, or completed it. Here's Plummer for the first time. Into the box is Plummer. And again it's Williams. Just a toe this time to deflect that one out. Needed to get that touch on the ball because Plummer would have been looking Needham in the eye. And the slender lead continues to be the difference here. That Garrel Gooden goal in the 10th minute separates the two teams still. Stewart continues his corner kick duties. Floated to the back post mainly. That one eluded everyone, including Price, who was looking to go inside. Didn't have the patience to wait outside. Needham is hobbling about and maybe just a little bit of a time wasting tactics here from Needham. Now let's see if he'll take the goal kick because he's hobbling about. Seemingly his left foot is the problem, but he's going to take the goal kick. Now that's strange. Well, not strange, but really not in keeping with his injury. Now look at him running up. Not so much of a limp there. So we know what it is, and I don't know if the referees, the officials are seeing that one. Long throw, trying to find Plummer. Winter, who's had a good game. Had that one out, but the ball boys are working here for Duncans. Trying to get Plummer. That throw didn't have the trajectory on it to get away from it. Here's Stewart on the far side, cuts it back, and that was poor from Stewart because he had the room to go forward and has gone back, and now back to goal, has lost possession momentarily. Stewart back in possession here, fighting for it, being hounded here, outnumbered here. Johnson comes away with it, looks to release his right back Roberts. Gervin, not a stranger to the centre back position. Now Duncans looking to hurry it up, but some composure needs still to be shown by Duncans. A little bit erratic in their approach here. Just some calmness needed. So here we see it. Stewart, just not enough from him in that dink over the top. having to come very deep is Stewart. Here's Brown. Again, pass not strong enough from Small. Calvin trying to save that one, but again, good work from Winter. So Winter and Roberts, two outside players for Harmony. Roberts pushed a little bit forward, has been having an excellent game here. Needham, who's the injured player, still the one taking the goal kicks. So we know there's no genuine injury there. But in this type of situation, you can understand the time-wasting tactics. Swede, out to Morrison. Here's Small. D not strong enough. Today Small will line up to take this free kick. Look to launch it forward, but that's should be meat and drinks you felt for Williams, but for the first time he missed that one. Needham was out in a flash to claim it. And a talking to from referee Eubanks to Eccleston says he saw a little flash of a elbow, and we know Eccleston has a little bit of a, you say, a temper maybe, or can be a bit erratic at times. Here's Williams on it, goes long. Price. Intercepted there by Hilton. Flicked on by Eccleston. Dervin. And the advancing Calvin. Launches that one long is Calvin. Needham under it. Drops it. Calvin kept off of it. Not Calvin, sorry. But it's the substitute that has come on. Brown, Chad Brown, wasn't strong enough. Needham dropped that one. The wet ball seeming too difficult to handle here for Needham. And Duncans again couldn't capitalize. Price with a long throw in. Headed out by Winter, who has said he's having a decent game. Price will look to launch again. Over the top. Just touch, an important touch there from Johnson. Not enough here, but just outside the box here. It's an opportunity for Duncans to get a shot at goal just outside the 18-yard box. So remember, it is Harmony leading this contest by a 1-0. Goal scored in the 10th minute unofficially by Garrel Gooden. Since then, Duncans has huffed and puffed, but unable to blow this defense line down, consisting of Winter, Johnson, Williams, and the substitute going in for Harmony, their number 6, James, along with Needham in goal. So, Stewart over it. The substitute went for it, but Chad Brown, surprising that Chad Brown took it because hasn't really had a decent game since coming on. Becky, or Garfield Stewart, affectionately known as Becky, we know to have a good free kick in him. Needham will look to go along with this one, and does. Brown under it. Duncan still with possession here. Plummer being hacked from pillar to post here, but God found his way, wiggled his way through, and looking to play the advantage was Eubanks, but he's called it back for the initial foul on Plummer. There was about 4 players just trying to kick him, and Plummer was really weaving his way through. In the end, was crowded out, and the advantage did not ensue, and so referee Eubanks had to call it back. It's last ditch defending here from Harmony, looking to keep their slender lead intact. I suspect this one is going to be Garfield Stewart. Price is in some consultation, but I suspect he's going to be voted out of this one. Just a dink over the top. Here is again Chad Brown. Lovely improvisation here from Stewart. A dink over the top. Again to Chad Brown. And Needham with the important save. I tell you what, with his game winding down, if it were to remain 1-0, Needham and Williams, the centre back, are vying neck for neck for play of this game. Mind you, though, that down was hit straight at Needham from Chad Brown, so didn't really give Needham a lot of work to do. We knew earlier that Needham saved one from Eccleston going across goal, so that was a good save. This one, you'd say he was advancing from goal, so important, his positioning was quite good. So despite hit straight at him, maybe he made Chad Brown hit it straight at him. So this one really heating up. Garfield Stewart again on corner kick duties. Interesting to see how many players that Duncans will commit here. They've committed as much as 6. But as the game is winding down, we suspect they'll look to commit more. I suspect we are closing in on the 90th minute. Unofficially, we could be somewhere round about 85 minutes or so. But that's unofficial. Stewart, since coming on, Chad Brown has had a lot of chances here to the near post, but cleared out. Now it's a good ball forward, but Eccleston was second best to Needham, and Needham will milk this one. Long ball upfield, looking for Nelson. Initially, I think it was Morrison, but miscued, and Nelson who is a willing runner, but always going into that half side position. Price on it. Long touch from Price, big touch from Price. Pass wasn't good enough to find Plummer. Here's Price, long throw in. Headed on. Williams is there. Price again. Took it down. Yellow card coming up for Nelson. So Nelson for the substitute coming on for Harmony, number 17. Shown the yellow card by referee Eubanks for a high boot on Price. Price over it again. Looking to launch forward. Duncans just really have not been allowed to play now. Here is Calvin on it. Renardo Calvin. Cross inside. Here's Chad Brown, who's gotten a lot of chances for Duncan since coming on. Hilton. Going back into traffic, but still in possession. But yeah, traffic was always going to be too much there. Here is Morris. Morrison. Still Morrison. Still Morrison for Harmony. Morrison doing well. Wins a throw in for Harmony. That's a good work for Morrison. Clear up by Hilton. Only as far as to Brown. Back to Johnson. Cedric Johnson. Hit the referee, so that one is going to be referee Eubanks being brought to his knees by Cedric Johnson. Hitting a soft spot. Drop ball. Starts it. Not a good clearance there from Roberts. One of his few bad moments in the game. Here's Calvin. Calvin to Plummer. Plummer really deep. That one to Eccleston. But when you see Plummer having to play that deep with Duncan's chasing the game, speaks a lot. Price with the header. Now to Plummer. Plummer hounded by Swady. Gets a toe in. Always going to be meat and drink. That shot coming in from Small. I haven't had the composure from Duncans today. I'm really caught out by that single goal. And since then, they've created enough to have been level, but just did not take their chances. Morrison, who's good at holding up the ball for Harmony, plays it back to Cedric Johnson, the substitute, who has been brought down by the other substitute, well, from Duncan's Barrett. The game really unfolding in the favor of Harmony. Really, the start play to the game is in favor of Harmony. Here is Johnson. Long ball over there to Cedric Johnson. Swady, high boot coming in from Eccleston. Morrison, the likely outlet. Lovely turn inside from Morrison. But he's always looking to hold it up. Back to Cedric Johnson. But they've lost it here momentarily. Harmony, Johnson gets a head on it. Shot from Johnson of the Cedric variety. Winter has had a good game, but on that occasion, miscue that clearance. Now it was with Plummer. Plummer inside, across goal. And that one missed completely by Eccleston. And fall graciously into the arms of Needham. And that could just be it for Duncans. It's unlikely to be their day. They've had numerous opportunities to draw level here. Unable to take it from starters to substitutes. Unable to find the back of the net. Here is Small. Small on it. And just kick that one downfield is Small. That's the second time he has just hacked a ball upfield to no one. But if Duncans were to come away with nothing from this game, they only have themselves to be blamed, because since going behind, they have had numerous opportunities to draw level and to go ahead. Just one of those days. Well, it's best for them to have the days like this at this stage of the tournament, rather than when they get to the finals, because they didn't make it to the finals the last time, lost out to Duan Vale, and their preseason favorites are Duncans. Eccleston and Stewart in each other's way. Cleared by Johnson to Morrison, who cuts inside. Lovely. Cuts away from Duncan's fullback here in Hilton. Hilton on the ball now. Crossfield ball to Plummer. Plummer cuts inside, but a bad touch from Plummer. Comes back to Chad Brown. Chad Brown's again just a awful ball upfield. I mean, Duncans have really lost the plot here. Just been on. They've been really flustered here, this Duncans team, not showing the type of composure we've come to expect from them, even in these dying moments. It's only a goal down, so just with some composure. Mind you, they've had a lot of chances for this one, collected by Tajay Calvin in goal. Across to Small. Plummer comes back to bail them out. Small's blushes. A little dink inside. Intercepted by Swaby. Allowed to run outside by Stewart. Stewart downfield to Brown. That played out. Price will be looking to launch this throw deep into the box. But I don't think they have enough players in this box at the moment. Price with the long throw in. Looking to cause some problems here. Looking for the flick on. Didn't come. A big touch there from Small. Really felt that Gibson could have stayed on the park. Calvin launches that one up to find Hilton. Lovely first touch from Hilton. Again, it was Eccleston, thwarted by Needham, who rushed out to smother that attempt. And I tell you what, Needham is doing everything to get that play of the game from Williams. And again, he came and obstructed by St. Derek Price. He'll milk this one, Needham. He certainly will milk it. We've seen him milk much less than this. And chances after chances. Some good goalkeeping and good defending, yes. But Duncans would say, based on chances created, should at least be level here. But it seems as if today they will leave here empty-handed. We could see referee Banks looking at his watch. So we're not too far from the end here. Launched upfield from Duncans. Stewart. Johnson, Cedric Johnson here, weaving his way from two players. Gets it out to the outfield player, the player that really is their outlet in Morrison. Holds it up really well, but dispossessed now by Ronaldo Calvin. Up to Chad Brown. Duncan's just unable to keep the ball. Does not have enough ball handlers in the middle of the park. They have workers here. I just feel like Gibson should have been on the park still. Despite his misses. Launch inside there. Flick on there from Eccleston, and Needham again graciously receiving that one. Referee looks at it watch again. We didn't see him indicate how much minutes he's going to play, but that looks to be the end of it, and that's it. A Garrel Gooden goal to nil is how Harmony walks away with all 3 points, move them to 13 points on the table, and that could be a valuable 3 points to secure their place in the top 6. I think we're gonna go for O'Shea Needham as the man of the player of the game. It was a close one between himself and Williams. I think both Needham and Williams had an excellent game, and we could go with both players. So
And then cool on for me.
we will.
Hey, cool on, yeah. Yeah, no cool on, no cool on. Cool on.
Coach, a valuable 3 points in the quest to secure a top 6 position. I give you a take on the game today, how it played out.
Well, we are very happy for the 3 points. We really wanted the 3 points so badly. So it wasn't our best football today, but guess what? We just needed 3 points, and we did what we had to do to get the 3 points. So we are really, really happy for the 3 points.
Yeah, it was really not the best look, but yeah, as you said before, it was more result than performance you wanted today. You had really good performances from your entire back line today. Just speak to me about how pleased you are with their performance, including the goalkeeper as well.
My goalkeeper was excellent. O'Shea Needham was really excellent in goal today, especially him carrying a very serious injury. We wanted to use our reserve keeper today, and he said, no, I want to keep today. I'm 80% coach. When we did a test before, a fitness test before, he wasn't ready, but he insists that he wanted to play. So, I just yielded to that and put him in, and I'm very proud. My back line still needs some work. We weren't as crisp as we wanted to. The passing game, we didn't have it. Normally we play out from the back. We didn't have that today. but they were efficient enough.
But efficient is pretty much what it is. And from here on in now, what are you looking forward to your next game and a top 6 place?
Well, we want to celebrate this win a little bit because the team need a little celebration. Get the team up and pumping. Ready for our next game against Saltmarsh. It's going to be a very important game for us. So that's going to be like a championship game for us. The game will be at home. It will be exciting. The fans will be out in their numbers, and the team will be ready. I have a number of players who are injured right now, and they will be fit and ready for the upcoming game.
I have to leave you with this question though. How does it feel to have your fans back out at home watching Harmony play?
Well, we must also give some credit to the TRELAWNY Football Association for really getting football going, because at one point we thought we weren't going to have any football this year, so we started to train, we stopped, we started to train, so the fans get a little frustrated, not seeing any football. So football is back, especially we are winning now, and the fans are going to be out
and playing at home again.
As you can see, the fans are traveling, so just think about at home. They will be out.
Well, all the best going forward, coach.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there we have it.
Thank you.
Harmony winning this game by a goal to nil, as I said, courtesy of Garrel. Good goal to nil. Goal scored in the 10th minute. And that was early in this game. Duncans had numerous opportunities to get back in this game, and they didn't. Manager, it was one of those games where you lost, but there was numerous opportunities to get something from the game. You just fired blank today. Your front line was pretty blunt.
Yes, you could say that again. Just one of those days where players weren't up to par. Let me put it that way.
I think
patience. I have to use the term patience. It wasn't of any virtue. They were impatient badly in front of the goal.
I think you're quite right with patient. Yes, they were a bit erratic at times. It was 1 goal to nil. You would be in it right up to the 98th minute, even if it stayed at 1. But we saw hopeful ball just going upfield. And numerous occasions, though, the build-up play, there wasn't enough patience. Something that we've come to expect from Duncans just wasn't there today.
Yeah, I don't know what really took place today, but the players just weren't. I don't think we were ready.
I want to put a silver lining in the dark cloud for you. Last season, your worst game pretty much came in the final. Maybe it's the best time for you to have such a game this time around.
Yeah, you can say that again. I think a defeat for the team now could really see where we are and see where we're headed. What we're doing wrong, we just need to get them correctly. A defeat, we can sum up that. We can manage a defeat today.
Well, with sitting top of the table on 17 points, you certainly can manage that, coach. All the best going forward.
All right, thanks, man.
So there we have it. A response from Duncans there. They're sitting at the top of the table, so not a problem for them to absorb a loss. They did lose last week, courtesy of the boardroom, but today they lost on the field for the very first time this season. And we have our player of the game. You are a doubtful starter for this one because in the last game you came off injured. Many said that you wouldn't be fit enough. The coach said you told him you were 80%, but they assessed you and you were way below that. Your performance didn't dictate that. What do you make of your performance today? How good was that?
Very good. It has a lot to do with determination,
And that's a good message for players out there that a lot of times it's not just talent, it's about determination. Tell us about that save you made. I think it was in the second half going across goal, and you went down pretty smartly for that one.
Okay, just as I said, I had a mindset towards the game, so pretty much said I'm gonna give it my all.
There was a save that I want to bring you back to, because a lot of people sometimes don't give goalkeepers a lot of credit. They say you hit it straight at them, but I felt you came out quickly, made yourself big, and gave him a decision to make very quickly. That was a good save as well.
Very good save. So, as I said, just went straight ahead, decided that, I'm gonna block this as close as possible as I can,
I want to leave you with this question. Which of the saves are your best save today? Which one did you pick as your top save?
The one low down.
The one low down. Yeah, that was a smart one.
Right hand.
Yeah. I think that your team got 3 points today, courtesy. Your entire back line in front of you, though, I have to give them some credit now in terms of Johnson,
organized.
Williams, And I think it was Winter on this side
Yeah, Winter.
who really played a decent role in front of you. They made your job a lot easier.
True. As I said, we just stick together and decided that they did their work, good did his work in the first half, so it was all about us now.
Well, good performance from you. All the best going forward.
Okay, thanks.
So there we have it. Shane Needham, player of the game, had a really decent game today, and is pretty much the reason why the Garrel goal in that first half got them a win today. So they would have it. Hearing from coach, players. It's the Trelawney Major League, and this is the penultimate round. Just one more round to go in the regular round for most teams. We have some rescheduled games to play, and then it's the top 6 that will go into the first 2 teams. First and second will go on to the semi-final spot, and from 3rd to 6th will go into a one-game playoff. So 3rd will play 6th, and 5th will play 4th, and the winners of those 2 legs will play the first and second place team in the semi-final. So there we have it. Thank you for viewing, and signing out here from Jamaica Street Sports in collaboration with Trelawney Football Association.